track.
Ladies and gentlemen, I briefly interrupt this podcast to let you know that we did have some technical difficulties with the camera, so we will be coming in and out of frame, but the audio goes uninterrupted, so you'll be able to hear us throughout the whole conversation without any disturbance. I just want to set that disclaimer out. I'll fix this for next time, and I just really hope that y'all enjoy the conversation. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at TheRealCommonPodcast. Thank you guys. Enjoy. Welcome to the Common Podcast, where we speak upon common sense and realize it really isn't that common. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest today. His name is Mario Marquez. He is a two-time CrossfitGame Qualifier and a Team USA weightlifter. So, without further ado, introduce Mario Marquez. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
And obviously, we got Carlos back. All right. So, we invited Mario. By the way, Mario, we been probably for like 6 months been following you religiously. Me personally, I don't know how long Carlos, but I guess you can consider us a fan.
Cool, man.
Obviously you're young, 18 years old, right? You're competing at a very high level and you're lifting some heavy weight, which is always something cool to just say. But I mean, it's kind of hard to explain to the people watching and you know, anybody, if you were to see us in public, to say that you standing at what you compete at 147 pounds, 67 kilos, that you are significantly stronger than me. Like I'm weighing over 200 pounds and you would be able to step up to a bar and just, you know, outlift me by a large margin. That's hard to explain and hard to picture, but we're going to talk about it today.
Sounds good.
Yeah, bro. So I have some questions. I went onto Instagram, and so for those of you listening on Spotify, just know that we have a video version on YouTube where you can see us interact and engage. For those of you that found us on YouTube, you can find us on Spotify. That's going to be the Common Podcast. And I'm bringing that up also because we do also have an Instagram account now, which is The Real Common Podcast on Instagram. And so I'm noting that because I put out a Q&A today where people can ask Mario questions. So we're going to go through those questions as well. So I'm giving you all an opportunity to engage with us, to engage with the podcast where you can get your questions live out there. So we're going to be covering some of those questions, and we're also going to be talking about Mario and his process. So we're going to start to the very beginning. So we kind of talked about your family, and we kind of talked about your upbringing before the podcast started. You said that, so at what age did you start training?
I started training around 8 years old, I believe, but it was more like just me being healthy, my dad putting me in the garage, just doing some little bench press, push-ups, easy stuff. And then I started getting more into it around age 12. I actually started competing competitively.
So your dad instilled health, fitness, working out into you, not only you, but your brothers and sisters. How many siblings do you have?
I have two siblings, one sister and one daughter. One sister.
Oh, you have a daughter already?
No, one sister and one brother.
Brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're the oldest, or?
I am the oldest.
You're the oldest.
Yeah. My sister's, she's 16, my little brother's 13.
Okay, so 8 years old, you just kind of wanted to be like dad. You wanted to work out like dad, and you wanted to instill that into you. And around 12 years old, you started to compete. You started to compete CrossFit, though, right?
Yeah. So CrossFit was my first actual sport I actually focused on, competed in, and really put a bunch of hours in my training too.
When did you start taking it serious? Like you said, you started training like around 8 years old. You started, but when did you actually said I want to make the CrossFit Games?
So the CrossFit Games, I didn't know too much about it until I was 13, 14, and that's when I actually I'm gonna work toward this. This is something I believe I can do. I remember doing the Open when I was 13. And I did pretty well, but it wasn't official because I was 13. I was the age division is 14, 15.
Yeah.
So 13, I did pretty well, not top 20, but it was decent. I'm like, okay, next year I'm gonna try it again, and then I ended up qualifying. So it was pretty cool to find out. I was real excited.
So how does that stage look like? You qualify, and then what was the next step?
So the first thing is the Open. As anyone knows, the top 20 the top 200 then do the online qualifier, and then from the online qualifier it's another couple 5-6 workouts. From then it's the top 20 that actually go to. For my year was Madison, Wisconsin, and that's where the top 20 competes.
So you went to Wisconsin.
I went to Wisconsin. Yeah.
How was that experience?
It's really beautiful out there, man.
Yeah.
It's
and so,
green.
at what year was this?
This was 2018.
2018. CrossFit was already,
Yeah, because CrossFit started like in 2009, more or less, like the first couple of...
Yeah,
it was out there, right?
It was a big competition.
And you kind of explained before the podcast that you were pretty nervous.
Oh yeah, the first year I competed in the games, it's like super strict. Like you see in the TV, and everybody's super coordinated, everybody's on time, everything moves super smoothly. But behind that, everyone's super strict to make sure that goes right.
Yeah.
So they will give you a certain time you have to be there for meetings, like what time you gotta be at the heat place. Like everybody is telling you exactly where to be, and it's super hard for us that's the first time being there. When they're telling you we have meetings every single day, it's like, oh, I thought I was gonna compete. Compared to local competitions, you just go compete,
show up,
however it goes, you leave. Here, no, you have a meeting. What's the rules? Everything for like maybe an hour. You take off. You stay around that area. And you compete like 3-4 hours later.
But that's a good thing because I found myself, because Carlos and I have done a couple of competitions already. We find ourselves with a bunch of questions. Yeah, like man, like
it feels so like not put together.
Exactly.
Like, so
at that professional level, you kind of have to be that. They have to be that strict in order for everything to go smooth.
And then when you compete, judges same thing, super strict. Like you're doing something no rep, they'll tell you no rep. They have no boundaries. Like they're super strict.
Yeah.
I remember one of the workouts was squatting, and for me, I would just drop down and come up, lock it out really quickly, and come back down. But you can't see the lockout when it's like so quick. So no rep. Couple reps. I was like, damn, I was getting really frustrated. So they really want to see you hit depth, lockout, knees,
hips,
completely extended, go back down, which takes longer and you get more frustrated, but it's the correct way to do it. So
and that's always been a thing, right? Like obviously we've never gone to like a stage that big, right? But whenever you do local competitions, you can see like some judges are so lenient, and you can tell like whenever somebody's doing a workout, you're like, what that's no rep. Yeah. And you can see that the judge legislating them, but
you get frustrated seeing another team like beating you doing half reps or it's like, so over there everything's really fair. The fittest are gonna win if you're the fittest.
For sure. Yeah.
So that was the first year. Again, I was super nervous, man.
And your dad was coaching you that whole throughout the whole thing, right?
Yeah, he was there with me in the back room and everything. Okay. He was my coach.
Okay. And who pays for that? Y'all have to act.
So for that one, yes.
Yeah.
You pay for all of it. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure CrossFit athletes have to get sponsors, or they try to get sponsors in order to pay for these type of things, right? Obviously, you at 13 years old or 14-year-old, right?
It was my first year.
Yeah,
nothing really.
Do that. But so then you return, right? When you're age 15, right?
15.
And that one was a little bit better.
So 16, I went. It was some weird thing about my age. I had to go up to 16. I don't know, it's a whole deal. I was kind of mad because I wanted to compete 14, 15.
Oh, at 15 you had to go to 16? Compete with 16?
Yeah, because of something with my age. It was like
your birthday.
Yeah, it's a birthday thing.
Like that bullshit they do at school where it's like if you're born within a certain day, you have to start late. Like
so it was a weird thing. So I moved on to straight 16 and 17, genetic division. That one I didn't qualify. It was top 10 that year. I ended up like 14th or something close, right? And I was like, okay, next year. They changed it from 20 to 4 to 10. So I didn't qualify. I was like, okay, next year, the year 17, I ended up getting third in the world in the open in the online qualifier. But they canceled it because of COVID. It was like last year, 2 years ago. Yeah, so that was the year that they made that weird competition where it was like top 10.
Yeah.
So that was that year I qualified, but they canceled everything for all teens and all masters.
Wow.
That was what, 2019?
I think so, 2019.
Yeah.
The first year of COVID.
No, it was 2020.
2020?
2020, yeah.
Yeah, the first year of COVID.
Damn, so you placed third in the world in the
open qualifiers.
Oh shit, bro.
Yeah. So I was excited to compete that one. I was like, I'm gonna get podium or at least try to show off over there. And they end up canceling it. I was like, oh well, I was so bummed out.
Is this the time where you transition into weightlifting?
Exactly. So once they canceled I was already doing weightlifting like a couple months before, so just to get better for CrossFit. And then once they canceled the CrossFit, my coach tells me, hey, you could do good at weightlifting. There's some big competitions coming up, international meets. I was like, okay. I was like, put CrossFit to the side. I'm not competing anytime soon. Focus on weightlifting. And I think at the time, the competition I was trying to qualify was Youth Worlds. So that one was supposed to be in Puerto Rico, I think.
Okay.
And I qualified. I made it. The team. I made Team USA. It was my first year making Team USA. And again, they canceled that competition because of the COVID. But it did it online. But online, it was like super unofficial. Like no one really cared. Like even the weigh-ins, it was like, just text us what you weighed.
Wow.
Dang.
It was really bad, and I didn't do so good that meet. I was like, whatever, it's not official. I didn't really care too much. I don't know. I was really inconsistent with my jerks that meet. So from that meet on, I think that's when I transferred from squat jerking, from power jerking, to split jerk. It's a lot more consistent. You can control it a bit better. And
So what do you need to qualify for like world youths? Like is there a certain amount of weight that you need to lift or to qualify for that?
For the teams, you gotta be, I believe, top 10 in the nation.
Okay.
But from all the weight classes. So the way they score it is by body weight. It's something called NRS, which I don't know what it stands for, but all it means is how likely you are to place in a world competition. So they get the world records from the year before, and the higher percentage you have to the world competition, that's the higher you get ranked in the list. So the top 10 make it. So, but then again, there's also, they just say 3 people from 6 to 7 kilograms from our weight class are top 10. They only take 2 of them. So that third person, even though he's one of the top 10 in the nation, he won't go to that competition just because there's only allowed 2 people per weight class. But
so how many athletes get chosen?
10.
10.
10, yeah. 10.
In the
10
whole nation?
10 males, 10 females.
That's crazy, bro. To have made it like in your first year trying out weightlifting.
Is that what you did? You made it?
Yeah, I made it. I made team.
That's crazy.
In the nation.
In the nation. So in your weight class, in your division, 14, 15. Wow. Actually, it was youth. I was 16 at the time, 16 to 18. And then I was 17. Yeah, 17 to 18. And next year, I think I moved up to juniors, I believe. And that was last year, 2021. I competed in my first actual international meet where I actually went to compete. My first meet was in Colombia. What was it? It was in Medellin. It was close to there. I can't think. Manizales. Manizales, Colombia. I want to go compete over there.
That's they were streaming that online, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You placed podium, right, on that one?
I did podium. Yeah, I got ended up 3rd place. I snatched 120, which is 260 some pounds, and clean jerked, I'm not sure, I think it was like 146, 147 if I believe, which is around 320 some, 330, close to there.
So at 18 years old.
I was, 18, 17, somewhere there.
I see this often,
18.
dude, where like when I see you, like for example, you or other athletes during practice, sometimes you guys hit way bigger numbers than an actual competition. So is it because like the competition weights feel heavier or like how come you guys?
So competition, especially like local ones, you can afford to go really heavy because even if you miss or you don't, I know I'm gonna win first place, especially locally meets.
Yeah.
Once you go international, everyone's super close. Like everyone.
You can't afford to miss.
You can't afford to miss. The person who's gonna win is the person who misses less. So that competition, I did like 5 or 6. I was pretty accurate. So you get 3 attempts for snatch and 3 attempts for clean jerk, and you start with somewhat reasonable, something you can hit. I think I opened up like at 110, and then you make the jump to like 114, and then you make another jump. Last one was 118, 120, something to secure the place. And so you're just trying to be as make it every single lift, and if you make every lift, the goal is for you to place. So the consistency is super important, especially in international meets. If I would have missed my last attempt to snatch, I would have gone from 3rd place down to like 7th, just from those little kilos in between. So you gotta be super
strategic.
Like strategic, right?
Is your dad still your coach for weightlifting, or
No, so my coach for weightlifting is Brittany Rucker.
Okay.
She's the head coach. She's actually the owner of Bear Barbell in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, awesome.
So, like for example, when you went to that competition, and your last attempts on your snatch and your clean and jerk, did you feel that you could do maybe 2 more kilos or something, but you were like, all right, like let's just keep it safe instead of like kind of risking it?
So the snatch, yeah, it was like maybe I could hit it a little bit more, maybe I couldn't. Doesn't matter. It's just what I needed to secure that 3rd place. Clean jerk, that's the one where you just go all out. Whatever you need to place, that's what you can hit. So for me, my second attempt was enough to secure me my 2nd place, my 3rd place. So that's what I went for my 2nd attempt. I got it. My last attempt, I would try to bump out 2nd place. So I went up like 7 kilos to 153, and I missed it. I ended up like dog walking in like 3 steps, and then came up with like 330 some pounds on my chest. I have no idea how I did it, but it was cool. It was cool, but yeah. So I got it up, and then I just missed the jerk.
That's also the thing with weightlifting, right? Like compared to CrossFit, like for example, if you're in a CrossFit meet, as long as it goes up ahead, like whatever, if you have shitty form, whatever, they'll still count it. But in weightlifting,
well, the duck walk would have counted, right?
Yeah. So as long as your knees don't touch the ground, and your elbows don't bend or they don't touch your legs, it's a clean lift. But yeah, like you were saying, CrossFit is like, yeah, as long as you get it up there, it'll count. Your knees can touch the ground, you can squat down to the ground, it doesn't matter. But in weightlifting, it's super, like, they have judges that will literally look at you, and it must be perfect clean, straight up upwards, jerk. You can't even rack it twice. So I remember my last year in Guadalajara.
And that's bounce.
Yeah, so you pick it up, and you set up, and you go down, you come back up, and you don't jerk it that one dip.
Oh, it's a scratch?
It's a scratch. Like, they completely get you. So you gotta really think about your lift before competing, before lifting it.
Very good.
Yeah, cool. It's yes, it's super technically.
Do they count the total, like for your snatch and your clean jerk, and that's like your how they qualify who wins, or
is it separate?
So there's 3 medals. There's the snatch medal, clean jerk medal, and the overall medal over like total.
Okay.
And for that meet, I think I got tied for 3rd, but I hit it 2nd, so I didn't get a medal for snatch. Clean jerk, I ended up 3rd place, and total I ended up 3rd place, so I got 2 medals, both 3rds. Again, like I was saying, the clean jerks, that last attempt, it was just like a go all out and try to hit 2nd place. I missed it. I secured my 3rd place already. It was just me going for it. So, again, it was just strategy. The guy ended up missing it, so if I would have made it, that clean jerk at 153, I would have got 2nd place my first comp.
So your coach, Brittany, she goes with you?
Yeah, she goes with me.
Yeah, because it'd be kind of difficult under all that pressure to be like, okay, well, here you're going to go for this number and whatnot.
So there's a main coach. There's a coach that goes for all the teams, and there's like 2 of them. 2 main coaches, and then your coach. The 2 main coaches, one of them is looking at the cards, reading the numbers, and seeing what you need when you're going up next. And then there's the other coach who's looking at you, making sure you're lifting good. Technique-wise. And then there's your coach that knows you, telling you what you should do, how to warm up. So the difference between that and here competitions, national competitions, is only your coach is with you.
Yep.
So when you have 2 other people that you don't know also looking at you, it's really stressful. I remember that meet, I had to make all my lifts look good, all my snatches, warm-ups. If one of them didn't look good, he wouldn't let me open up at 110. So I had to make sure every single lift looked decent and like snappy. And then he okayed the lift to 110, I could open up with that.
Oh shit! So you don't even know them. You just when you get there, you meet them.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Like some of them, they're repeats. Like they're good coaches. They're like Olympic coaches. It's like they know what they're doing. But it's a little stressful because you gotta make sure every single rep looks good.
Yeah.
Compared to international meet where your coach is looking at you and she knows you hit maybe 105 bad in the back room. It's like she'll be like, okay, it's fine. I know you hit 110.
Just nerves and shit. Yeah.
But here, no, they hit 105 and you looks bad. You're gonna open up at 105.
I'm just astounded that we're sitting with one of like the strongest 18-year-olds in the world, or in the nation. Like, do you tell yourself that, or you just kind of like?
I'm not.
You seem like a pretty humble guy,
Yeah,
so
bro.
I wouldn't.
To put it in perspective, bro, to fucking snatch like 260 at like even before you're 18, you're probably doing that, right? Already snatching 250 and shit.
Yeah, around there.
Bro, it's crazy. That is insanely heavy.
Like, do you
weight,
understand how crazy the numbers you're doing are? Because it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like it's expected, and it sounds like you're like, I'm kind of like shorting myself. I can do way better.
And you probably don't see it like that because you compete against people that are lifting the same as you, bro.
So for me, when I see people competing against, especially world competitions, it's like you see some really strong dudes picking up more than me at my weight class. And it's like, yeah, I lift good, but I could probably lift a little more. Just gotta keep training and try to catch up to those guys.
But you also gotta think, bro. You started 2 years ago. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
To be like where you're at, like at a high level like that, for just doing it for 2-3 years, bro. That's some people train like years, bro. And
but you also don't want to like let complacency get into your head, right? Like, oh, I'm one of the strongest, 67.
It makes you comfortable. There's nothing good comes out being comfortable.
For sure, yeah.
So when I go to competitions like big ones and I see online, like my next one's Greece in Worlds. Like, I want to compete against some really strong dudes there. Yeah. Like, I have to bump up my numbers like 10 kilos, which is like 25 pounds in my snatch, and another 10 kilos in my clean jerk just to be with them. So, like, my next few months, that's what I want to try to do is boost up those numbers to be around competing level with them. Because right now, they wouldn't care about me at all.
Bro, and there was a time where I was seeing you on Instagram. I swear to God, bro, every week he would post a story, PR every week, bro. I'm like, how the fuck is this guy PRing every week? Like, every week he would add like 5 pounds to his PR, bro. I'm like, God damn, what is he doing?
So that's when you start, but then you start finding a plateau. Yeah. Right.
Bro, this was like a year ago.
Well, he's only been weightlifting for 2 years.
Especially with beginning, it's like, especially when your technique's not really good, and then just like all of a sudden it just gets much better. Your numbers are gonna go up just because your strength is there. Your technique wasn't, but now that your technique is better, your strength is just gonna make you that much stronger. So you can pick up a lot more weights. Now that your technique's good and your strength also is good, it's really hard to bump up the numbers. Yeah. But just gotta keep training. Right now, I'm kind of on a plateau. I've been injured quite a bit, which is not fun, man. I think I messed up my elbow a couple months ago, like 2 months ago. And it's barely recovering.
Is it tendonitis, or you actually like maybe tore?
I think I overpulled some weight and just like landed on my elbows and just completely bent it forward. I was attempting 125, which is like 275 snatch, and I caught it and just completely bent my elbow and it hurt really bad. I'm still recovering.
What about your shoulders? Do you ever like? Because obviously everything you do is overhead. Do you ever like mess up your shoulders?
Yeah, so right now my left shoulder is actually pretty messed up. But that one you just gotta either warm up better or just be careful what you're doing, because especially overhead, any little mistake is gonna cost you big time, especially with that much weight overhead.
Yeah.
Like once you get over 300 pounds, you turn your shoulder the wrong way, you tweak something, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna hurt.
I mean, you're 147, right? You're clean and jerking 341 pounds. Is that your PR?
I think that's what it last hit,
yeah. And then snatch 265?
Yeah, I think so, 267 somewhere.
Okay, like you're almost power cleaning. You are power cleaning more than double your weight.
Yeah, somewhere there, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is dangerous, like what you're saying. So everything does have to be. Yeah. Well, how does your recovery look like?
So recovery wise, I rest Tuesdays and Fridays, and then I train other days. But recovery wise, it's just really stretching. Just make sure you stretch before, after workouts. Make sure you take some kind of supplement for your joints, so just to keep you, healthy.
Do you do any like cupping or massaging or any of that bullshit?
Yeah, I do. So like maybe once every 2 months, maybe once a month, I'll get a massage in, make sure my whole body's relaxed, get cupping, get everything done, knots out of the way, because there's some things you can't get done with stretches, especially like knots.
Yeah.
So you get those taken care of.
What about ice baths, bro?
Ice bath. Sometimes, but I don't like them. I stay away from them just from the fact that it's pain.
Yeah.
It's difficult to get inside one.
We did one and we did
17
bags.
We overdid it with the bags though. We fucking
we did 17 bags and I did 15 minutes and I felt cold
15 minutes?
Yeah. That's you overdid it though, bro.
Yeah,
like
15 minutes is insane, man.
Yeah, I did 15 minutes and I felt cold for like the next hour.
So I think the most I've ever done is like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I went inside to take a shower and I turned on the cold water and I got inside. It was burning. Warm. It was burning. It was hot.
No.
It felt hot. I was like, I messed up. So from then on, I just do like 2-3 minutes at a time. I don't do anything more than that.
2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think just
full body. You're doing
full body. Yeah. Just
okay.
That's optimal. I did like 2 minutes. I'm fucked 15 minutes.
Okay. He tells me to get in for 10 minutes, and he gets in for 2 minutes.
Why are you listening to me?
Yeah, 2 minutes is. I think it's good. I think anything more than 10 is a little much, man.
Yeah.
It seems to burn your skin.
Yeah, I mean, you lasted that much because after 5, you were just numb. You just couldn't feel it, which is probably not a good sign.
You start losing feelings after a good while.
Yeah, my toes and fingers were like they were hurting.
Yeah, for me, my chin started hurting. Like all this, the cold just hurts. I stay away from ice baths.
Okay, so you're currently you're training for nationals.
For Worlds. Well, actually, I'm currently training for AO2, which is American Open Finals.
Okay.
But it's not that important. It's just like a national meet.
So Worlds is like everybody from every
Worlds is everything.
World, and then nationals is just from the U.S.
Yeah. So there's 3 main competitions. There's nationals, which is all America, and then there's Pan Americans, which is all the left side of the world.
South America and shit like that.
Yeah, so it'll be Canada, USA, Mexico, and all of South America. And then there's Worlds, which is just everybody, like Europe, Asia, all the people from all over the world.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the main one. That's the biggest one.
So where do you find your hardest competition comes from? Worlds or nationals or competing against your own or what?
Definitely Worlds. I think that's gonna be the hardest competition. Just from it's such a big.
You're getting the best of the best from everywhere.
Yeah, so it's like you could be the best from all of the east side of the world, the west side, but then maybe the east side has like some crazy monsters. You're gonna meet them in Worlds.
Yeah. Well, what country do you think is like everybody fears?
I don't know about a country specifically, but
China.
But yeah, China will be for sure one.
Yeah, right.
But some of the Middle Eastern countries too, Afghanistan, like they get some strong dudes. Like the Middle East, it's really strong dudes. Again, a lot of that comes to doping. A lot of the west side of the world, east side, it's like really bad.
Do they drug test you guys at those comps?
They do, but it's gotten to really bad to the point where the Olympics, they don't have the wear these things for in 2028.
Yeah, I remember
unless they completely show that doping is not a thing, because it is a big thing, man. There's some guys my age snatching 140, 145.
What's this one?
That's almost 300.
That's 315, 330. Like a snatch at my age, at my weight class, that's insane. And the thing is, someone like that is not training that much more than me, or that much stronger. It's just like they're doping.
Yeah, I saw a few months ago, dude. Can't remember what his nationality was, but he was some European country. So like I don't even know what country it was. It was like a small country from like East, like Afghanistan, all those little countries.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was chiseled, bro. Like he was 19, I think, but he was like chiseled guy, bro. And he snatched like almost 400 pounds. I don't think he competes though, but I was like, damn, bro. But he was on performance enhancing drugs, and he got busted for that.
Yeah. So they've gotten better, I think. I hope so. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you really see some of those guys like snatching this much more weight than you clean jerking. and it feels bad because you're working your ass off every day just to find out this guy might beat you because he's taking drugs. So I hope they get that fixed, man. Hope doping is controlled, but we'll see.
Yeah, because I mean, to do whatever possible to win, you know, it's a good thing. But when it starts to get into cheating, that's just, you know, it's unfair for everybody. Unless everybody's gonna start doping, which that'd be kind of.
I feel like that would be hurt you health wise.
Yeah, in the long.
Are they stricter? Do you think when it comes to doping and stuff? Are they stricter like in the CrossFit community more than the weightlifting community? Like obviously in the higher levels.
I think so, because weightlifting's some like bunch of competitions. There's the junior ones, there's the world ones, and they randomly drug test you sometimes.
Is there different like I don't know what you would call like federations in weightlifting? Like you know how powerlifting has different federations like the USPA and shit like that.
Well, I think.
Or weightlifting is just like one big federation.
I think they're all controlled by the IWF, which is the International World Competition Federation. But I'm not sure. I don't think there's any smaller ones. Like, you know, CrossFit has like the little separate chain of like that fitness. I don't know if you've seen it before. It's like speed.
Oh, the Florida ones and shit, like those gridiron, like those where they do like those crazy like fucking
crazy.
Like ring muscle ups with the fucking medicine ball and shit, and like
super fun,
toasted bar with the fucking chested bar in the same motion and shit.
Oh, I've seen it. Yes.
Like those crazy ones and.
But I wouldn't know. I think CrossFit is a little bit more strict on doping, especially because they drug test you in that competition. Yeah,
especially if they like, for example, that dude that got busted a couple years ago, Ricky.
Yeah.
That
he
got banned
returning next year. No.
I think it was last.
He competed in this last the Dubai Championships this year.
Yeah, I think he's back already.
Yeah, he's back. But he was banned for 4 years for doing that bullshit.
And weightlifting, I'm not sure, man. Like I remember hearing a podcast of Matt Fraser. He was saying that when he competed in the weightlifting, he was a junior, and the first like top 8 places, like 3 years later, 4 years later,
they got popped.
But like at that point, it's like whatever.
What does it matter?
3 or 4 years, they already got their whatever, their recognition.
Yeah,
they got the medals,
you lost out on it.
They got the money, everything. So I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping they get stricter, man.
Yeah,
it's a big thing.
So do you see yourself weightlifting for how long?
I'm hoping as long as I can. It's fun. I like it. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy training. So my next goal is something called Skyping, which Team USA will pay me every month just to train, to compete. That's my next goal. But I have to hit a certain total. I think it's like 297. Right now my total's maybe 280 something. So I still need a good amount, like 10 more kilos. But again, I'm trying to work on those 10 kilos for snatches, 10 kilos for clean for Worlds. So if I end up doing that, I should get my strap in by Worlds.
Okay, so we talked a little bit. I think this was before the podcast. You're going to school, right, for engineering?
Engineering, yeah.
Okay, so do you think that was it ever an option for you to stop going to school and fully focus on weightlifting? Let's say you do hit 297 kilos and you know they start to pay you for lifting. Is that, or would you always stay?
I think I would just stay, just to have a backup plan.
Just have a backup
plan. It's always
plan.
safe. And I'm doing okay with school wise. I'm still managing my time wise.
He's like Matt Fraser, bro. Matt Fraser has an engineering degree.
But I'm just trying to manage my time. I'd rather not work, rather not use it. But, you know, just in case I do have it. Well, I'm trying to get it.
Yeah, because you're working as a trainer.
Right now,
that's your job.
Coach, yeah.
You're doing a lot of stuff for, I mean, you're coaching, right, which is your job. You're going to school, and then you're training for the United States, essentially.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to get across.
And you go to like, I mean, obviously not all of them, but most of the meets you compete with your siblings competing with you in the same meets, no?
So local meets and national meets, yeah, they'll be there with me. International meets, all myself. It's just me and my coach.
Wow.
That one, just me and my coach. We'll go wherever we need to go. We'll compete. National meets, yeah, my family will go because all of us are competing.
Yeah.
But international meets, all myself.
And how are your siblings also like in that trajectory where they're doing pretty good?
Yeah, so my sister just made her for team already, Team USA already. I think it's her second year. She's gonna compete in Puerto Rico soon. And then my little brother, he's on his way. He's 13, but I think by next year or this year he should be Team USA as well for youth.
So
Cool.
when you see your little brother, do you see yourself when you were like that age and you're like, damn, like, and now obviously since your little brother has your guidance, your dad, your sister, like he looks up to y'all, do you think he'll be better than you?
Oh yeah, my little brother, especially for his age, I think he's way more advanced than me. Snatch wise, clean jerk wise, CrossFit wise, his technique's a lot better than mine. His, CrossFit wise, he's had much better conditioning to compare to when I was his age. So I'm excited to see how he does. He's gonna be a beast when he grows up.
What does he want to do? Does he want to do like some CrossFit, some weightlifting, just focus on one, or?
Not sure.
He's still young.
He's still young. He'll figure it out. Right now he's doing more CrossFit. I think that's what he likes doing. But we'll see. He's also really good at weights and things. So depending on what he chooses, I know he's gonna do really good.
So where I'm getting from is your heart is with weightlifting. You're not gonna be doing CrossFit anytime soon.
Yeah, right now it's not my priority. Weightlifting's been better to me.
That's crazy to think, right?
Yeah.
When you're like, you've made it far in both.
Yeah, just man, you don't get to travel the world when you do CrossFit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like you could, but that's more professional level. I don't see myself making professional level anytime soon. Just from the fact that I have to be some monsters. I was like, yeah. Some people who have been training CrossFit for all this time, have been doing weightlifting, I'm not gonna be able to catch up to them. Well, maybe I can, but it'll take a lot of me.
Yeah.
But the weightlifting, I keep this path up. I'm doing good. I'm in the right track. I should be competing senior level hopefully soon enough.
Do you do any just for fun, any local competitions still for CrossFit or no?
For CrossFit,
like
so
just maybe a weekend.
I haven't done anything CrossFit wise, because I don't know. I feel like I'll do it if there's money involved.
That's fair.
Because I feel like
it has to be worth your time.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like an option. You're good at CrossFit. You do local or small competitions where there's money, or like a prize to win, and easy money for you. I mean, you compete with your dad, no? You guys are usually partners.
Yeah, sometimes. I don't know how well he'll be right now, but I'm sure if he wants to compete, he'll get ready for it. But
you ever try doing like for example, this past weekend we had the fittest experience, where in those type of competitions where I mean they're not small but they're not super big, they do have like a first place is like $5,000.
That one, there's some good people though.
Yeah, if you compete in like the pro man,
they're there. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. It depends.
Yeah, I don't think you should be doing like.
It also depends if I have any competitions coming up. Like if I have a big competition,
obviously
coming up, I'm not gonna focus on CrossFit. So that's actually been the thing. I've been wanting to compete for a while now, but I've been competing for weightlifting so consistently that I haven't had time to like actually train for a CrossFit competition. Maybe in the future.
I feel like you could just jump in like any fucking given weekend for like
especially
a local comp,
right?
And you could.
But
there's some good people now. I've seen some like Brandon's pretty good. He'll probably compete, and I don't know if I'll beat him right now.
Yeah, Brandon's pretty good.
It's crazy to think because like, I mean, Brandon is obviously way older than you, and you're like 17, and you're like up there with him. Like, damn, that's crazy.
Well, maybe not conditioning wise right now,
strength wise, take him out.
Yeah.
Brandon, take it out.
Oh.
You're paying attention.
Brandon, you got to get on the podcast, Brandon.
I saw him compete in the SPI games. I don't know if you saw it. Yeah. They had a couple guys come down from I think San Antonio, like a couple but they're actual like CrossFit athletes too. Yeah. And I was like, they were doing a clean jerk max. Top guy did 350. And I was like, damn, like a 17-year-old can take these guys out, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's especially like they're a lot bigger than me. Anyone who lives close to where I live, bro. Especially local wise, they're big dudes.
They're like 230.
That's what I'm saying.
Big,
like
bro.
it's just it's a different animal when you're so small.
Yeah, also like injury wise, if you're small, the weight control you a lot better than if you weigh 230, right? So I have to be really accurate with my lifting.
I heard that snatching after a certain weight is like hitting a bullseye in a dart. It's like you have to be that precise, like at that high of a level.
Yeah.
You have to hit it at that point.
So snatching, if it goes too far back, it's gone.
Yeah.
If it goes too far forward, it's gone.
So it has
Yeah,
to
that sweet spot where it's right above your head, elbows locked out, completely in that squat, you come up from it. Same thing with jerking. It's like there's at a certain weight, your error percentage has to be very slim so you don't miss it. Because the weight just controls you, especially at that much weight compared to body weight wise. Forward, back, it's gone. You have to really lock it out, make sure. Like, especially like CrossFit, I know you see people who don't lock it out, they'll lock it out mid-lift.
Yeah.
In CrossFit, in weightlifting,
Scratch.
you have to lock it out. Like, not just a scratch, but if you don't lock it out, you're probably not going to get the weight. It's too heavy for you to press out 360 pounds, you know.
Or maybe even get hurt.
Or you'll do, it hurts. Especially if you lock it out, it falls on your head.
Have you had that happen?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Yeah. There was one time I just came back from a big competition. I was resting, and I haven't lifted heavy, like actually heavy, in a while. And some guy came down to take pictures of us and videos. He's like, "Just go heavy." I was like, "Okay." Well, I haven't lifted heavy, so I went to like 330. I did a jerk. It just didn't lock out. And boom, right on my head.
330, bro, in your head.
So it like didn't fall directly, but it's like kind of like slid and it like knocked me a little bit.
Damn, still, dude, fuck that.
It's scary.
Oh yeah.
But like right now, my biggest thing is fear when it comes to snatching because of my elbow. I've been struggling to really lock out that elbow. Like this past meet was state. I didn't hit a very big number. I hit just what I needed to win, but I'm scared to lock it out because my elbow doesn't feel correct. And if I lock it out, if I don't feel correct, it happens again, I get hurt for another while.
Especially when you ever seen like those videos where like people snatch and it's just like
Pops out. Yeah, that's scary.
Like what was her name? The girl that happened to on
the CrossFit Games.
She did it like and just I'm like, oh my god, bro! Like that's I don't want to snatch like for a month after seeing that shit.
Yeah, but I gotta build my confidence again because it is important, especially when you have such heavy weight. You can't really hesitate. Once you hesitate, you're gonna get hurt.
What about like, do you wear elbow sleeves or anything to like minimize that?
On your elbow, no, it's illegal.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Yeah,
it's probably illegal.
Yeah, for anything, yes. For knees, you can wear knee sleeves, you can wear knee wraps. But elbow wise, everything has to be.
So for competition, you can only wear knee stuff. You can wear wrist straps, right?
So wrist wraps and a belt.
And a belt. Yeah, that's it. And you're singlet.
You're singlet. That's it. They even make you wear singlet. You can't even wear shorts or anything like that because they make sure you have nothing on you.
Yeah, like enhancing, like there's like leggings, right, or something like that, like stiff. There's like a stiff.
The fucking powerlifting ones.
Yeah, they're talking about I can't think what it's called. Yeah, they're talking about.
Yeah. I'm asking you all these questions because I'm curious where you're like in your head mentally, where you see yourself, like your vision. You know what I mean? You saw a post. I mean, I saw one of your posts, and I really like the caption. I have the caption here, and it says, "Lack of direction, not lack of time, is the problem. Whenever you want to achieve something, keep your eyes open, concentrate, and make sure you know exactly what it is that you want." And so that's why I'm asking you, like, what exactly do you want? What exactly do you see yourself at? Maybe 3, 4, 5 years from now. Because it's important, right? Like you said, keep your eyes open and stay focused.
Yeah, you gotta set certain goals. My main goal right now, like the big one, is the 2028 Olympics, which is a big goal, right? Especially competing against. So Olympics is hard to qualify for weightlifting. You gotta be a top 4 guys NRS wise. So when you're top 4, you have to be really, really strong, especially professional wise, strength wise. They won't take you to Olympics unless you're gonna place.
Believe you can do it?
Yeah, I think I can do it. Yeah, just gotta keep, setting certain goals. Like for right now, it's 130, 170, 160 something, and then next year probably be 140, 180. The Olympic level, it should be 150, 190. 10 kilograms goals every year. By that time, 150, 180 should be qualifying Olympic totals. But I gotta keep that track going.
Yeah. I mean, I believe you can do it, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people around you that believe you can do it, but it's not gonna happen unless you believe in yourself.
Yeah, and put in the time.
Yeah. And know that every single day that there's somebody out there getting after it just like you are right now. They have that set out plan, 10 kilograms. They might even say 11 kilograms a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta keep working hard, man. You can't get comfortable. Yeah. You always gonna keep improving.
And so, what about your social life? Obviously, you have so much training, bro. You have so much training that you do to obviously attain your goals. Like, what do you like to do aside from working out? Like, what do you like to do for fun? Like, what?
So, I'm a big movie watcher.
Okay.
I like watching movies. Yeah, I don't like going out too much because I just don't like it. I don't like being around so many people.
Yeah. For sure.
I've always been that way. I like to watch movies. I like to eat. Eating's.
Well, what's your favorite kind? Like Mexican food or
food,
Asian
yeah.
food?
Mexican
food.
Tacos.
So, okay, so obviously our culture, our food is obviously really good food, but it's real bad. It's real greasy, bro. So whenever you have to cut for like, do you have to cut all that food and just you see your dad eating like that fajita and stuff, and you can't eat that, or you can?
So it depends. If I see myself like, yeah, you're overweight, like by a lot, chill.
Yeah.
Like you gotta make weight, big competition, relax, maybe something else, chicken. If I'm okay with weight, yeah, I can eat some. It all really depends where I'm at weight-wise, because again, weightlifting is not really so much about conditioning. It's just pick with the weights and make sure you're strong enough to pick it up, right?
Yeah.
So the conditioning is there. You don't want to get tired. 3 snatches in, knowing you have like 7 snatches to go.
Yeah.
Because what they don't see in the background, you see in the competition floor 3 snatches, but in the back you have your warm-up snatches, get that 60, 70, 80, 90 kilos, 105, 110, then you hit 114 the front. But that's 6, 7 snatches that you have to go. You got to put a good amount of effort into each one of them. Make sure they look good, make sure it moves well. So you don't also want to be tired by the time you get to the competition floor. And then after that, you got clean jerks, same thing.
Yeah.
All those warm-up sets, and then your actual big sets, they actually got to go all you got. So conditioning is there. Just compared to CrossFit, not as much. I don't need to be eating clean to be able to perform going 30 minutes working out straight, but I do need to be somewhat conditioned to be able to pick up weights repeatedly.
And do you meal prep, or you just kind of every day you kind of like cook whatever you need, or your dad cooks for you?
I just cook whatever I need. So right now, I'm the main chef in the house.
What is that?
Just
you cook better than everybody else.
I think so. I think so. Yeah. So I'll cook for them if they want to have a party. I'll cook everything.
Wow.
So I enjoy cooking. It's like I said, I like food. So if I want to eat good food, I better make it.
Yeah. You gotta learn how to make it.
You gotta learn how to make it. So that's what I learned. I was like going out to eat. But yeah, just like food. It's kind of like my cheats. If I'm working super hard, I'm looking forward to a cake the next day. So one of the biggest things me and my coach do after comp, I always get a cake. Either cheesecake, lemon cake, something. But I always get a cake because that's something I look forward to.
Yeah.
Like my piece of cake.
That's like your reward.
My reward is that piece of cake after competition. I'm gonna eat whatever food I'm gonna get, whatever. But that always to be a cake.
Yeah. Work towards your piece of cake.
Yeah, I love cake, man.
Yeah. That's Kai Green.
Yeah,
you know who Kai Green is?
I do know who Kai.
Okay, yeah. So there's this clip where he's on the Stairmaster and he's like doing like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I forgot what he was. He's just like, I'm just working for that piece of cake. Like, I don't want,
Yeah. So like in Manizales, Colombia, my coach bought me a lemon cake, a lemon pie, some other things, and then in Mexico, Guadalajara, I ate a coffee cake.
You're in paradise when you're over there, bro. Any food that you go to.
So the only thing I like about going to Guadalajara was I was there for such a little time to school. So I was there for like 4 days. The first 2 days you travel. Second day is you're just there. Third day you compete. Right? So those 2 days before, I don't get to eat much. I'm making weight. I can't eat the food. So me and my coach, she goes to eat. She doesn't know Spanish. I go with her. Right? I order her tacos. She'll eat them. she'll be in front of me. I'll just be there looking at her, crying a little bit. I'll compete my next day. I'll eat afterwards, and then for the next day, I'll take off. I'm hoping in Greece I don't have to do that. Hoping school's a little more lenient. I can stay there a little bit longer, compete, and I get to enjoy those next 3-4 days in Greece.
Well, you're in college now, right? So you can speak to your professor. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I'm competing for the nation.
Yeah, so
you need to cut me some slack.
the only thing about when I'm competing, I just found out it's finals week. So that's going to be it.
You had to have an exception, bro. Come on.
See,
Team
see.
USA, bro.
We'll
Well,
see.
when you were in high school, did you have any of those problems where you're like, maybe like there was a CrossFit competition, like the CrossFit Games that was like, and you had to miss school?
I think high school's a lot more lenient. Just talk to any of your teachers like, hey, miss, I'll do it later, or this and that.
Hey, man,
Really? My college professors were pretty lenient with me. But I'm a pretty good speaker, I would think, and so like I would pull them aside after class, like, hey, listen, I know school's important, and I'm here for my degree, but I really got this very important thing I cannot miss.
The only thing is, I'm hoping I can tell them to make it online, like the test. If I'm online, I can do it anywhere, in the Greece, in here. I just don't want to come back just to take a test.
Yeah.
Did you taste any food over there in Colombia?
In Colombia, yeah. So in Colombia, I was a lot more. I was under my weight, so I got to eat the whole time I
okay.
was there. It was amazing, dude. There's something called I don't even know, something carne. I think it was, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like potato and meat, like mashed potatoes, with inside an egg, fried. And it was so good, man.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing.
That's cool.
Have you looked into what food they have in Greece?
I haven't.
What food do they have in Greece?
I don't know, but I heard it's pretty good. I heard it's like lamb.
Lamb.
A lot of lamb.
Lamb, which I never had lamb, but I'm assuming it tastes pretty good in Greece.
I mean, if it's cooked well, I'm not a fan of lamb.
I'm
but-
not a fan of lamb because of the barniness. Like, what we call it? Barnierness.
Yeah,
It
the
tastes too-
wildlife.
Yeah, it tastes
Wildlife
gamey. I
taste.
don't like it.
Yeah, gamey. Yeah, I've had it in McAllen. There's like a steak where they cut it in front of you. That I've had it there. I'm not a big fan of it.
I'd rather have a steak.
Yeah, same. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's go ahead and get into the questions. So, like I said previously, guys, I asked y'all on Instagram to ask, give us questions to ask Mario, and that's what we're gonna get into right now. So, question number 1 is going to be, how do you stay motivated, and what helps you stay consistent? Pretty basic question, but a good one.
Okay. Motivation. It comes from my friends and family, for sure. Like, they're always there for me. I know if I'm struggling with something, they can always help me out. I see my little brother and my little sister always stay motivated to make sure I put a good example for them. Competitions too. Help competitions consistently. I know something to look forward to, to get better. And what was the other one?
What helps you stay consistent?
Consistent, yeah, competitions for sure.
Just
Just compete most of the time, and there's always something to do. There's always something to look forward to.
So what helps you? What do you think about? What does Mario think about when he has those days that he just doesn't want to do it?
So those days are tough because like
You train by yourself or you train with somebody?
I train by myself.
That was hard.
Which is
bro.
even harder.
It's
So-
harder.
so-
It depends. So whenever it's like my training days, like just doing some heavy sets or some light sets, technique wise, I like train alone because I just get my things done. I have nothing to worry about. Get to go home, get ready, go coach, go do whatever I gotta do at school. So I get done in and out. When it's heavy days, I'd rather someone be there with me, like either someone, just to keep me like, hey, pushing, like especially if you're hitting such a big number. If you hit it when you're by yourself, you're like, if I hit it or not, no one's gonna see. It doesn't matter. When someone's there, it's like, okay, I better hit this. This guy's looking at me or this girl's looking at me, right?
Yes.
Probably the girls a little more.
Probably grow up.
Gotta impress them.
Yeah.
But it is a big thing. Like, hey, you better hit this. So I like people look at me when I compete, especially competitions. The bigger the crowd, the much better I feel.
Really?
I love being like center of attention.
Is that something you developed, or is that something? Because I'm pretty sure it was nerve-wracking to begin with.
Yeah. So beginning, I think it was like
Bad. It was
a
like
lot of people.
It was a negative.
But now it's like
You get
everybody
that
looking at
energy.
me. It's like, okay, you better hit this. People are looking at you. Don't
Yeah.
miss it. So it's like more like a motivation now.
Nice.
I like it.
That's cool. Yeah. So, what helps you stay motivated and what helps you stay consistent? So the next question, you kind of answered it. I kind of asked this earlier, but What are your goals in the next 5 to 10 years? And the second part of this question is, do you plan on changing weight classes?
Okay. So, my goals are the Olympics. That's my main goals. I also want to start building a business, maybe do something weightlifting wise, or at least training wise, to make money, grow up a little bit.
That'd be cool if you can start like something like your coach.
Yeah,
but
especially something
down
I
here.
like.
You
Yes,
know?
especially something I like. I'd rather do that than,
Because it's, I mean, what do you know any weightlifting coaches down here? Really? Like that just specify, like, for example, your coach has just weightlifting and it's a gym for only weightlifting. There's no CrossFit, there's none, it's just weightlifting.
Not here.
Not here, right?
Not here, no.
So that's a really good business that you can start.
But that is, it takes a lot of time.
For sure.
Because right now at school, I have my job, I have training, and people, they're paying for something, right? They're paying for you to be there. So
for sure,
it takes a lot of time programming wise. It takes a lot of time looking at their videos if they're from other places, or just with you training. You gotta make sure you're looking at them, make sure you're helping them out, make sure they know what to do. So it takes a lot of your time.
Do you guys teach at your dad's gym? Aside from like the usual CrossFit classes, do you have a class specifically for weightlifting, or is they're all just mixed like a functional fitness?
No, we don't. We have functional fitness class, and then we have the more advanced class, which are the competitors, people who actually compete. They have more of a CrossFit workout, like a barbell cycling, stuff like that, pull-ups, rigs, and we have for everybody just dumbbells, easy stuff that will get you a good workout in.
I like your answer because, especially with the question he asked about the weightlifting and all that, because you can tell when somebody's in it just for the money. Because obviously, at the level that you're competing, you can easily just say, "Oh, I'm gonna start weightlifting training," and people would do it. People would buy in. But you're saying like, well, that takes a lot of time. That takes like commitment, devotion, and for instance, does your coach compete at a national level? Does she train for that?
She still competes a little bit, but not as much as before. Before she would compete a lot more. She was a little bit stronger. She's still pretty strong. Yeah. But right now, a lot of her time is just mainly coaching, and I see that with her. Yeah. And it's not something I'm into, not yet. Not yet. Because I am still trying to improve. I still need that time to be able to train. Relatively to what she does is she's really focused on coaching. She knows she has a lot of athletes.
She's really grown. Like,
I think she has like over 200 athletes just herself, which is insane. Yeah. Imagine having to worry about 200 programmings.
Yeah. So obviously her priorities have shifted. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying here is that you're aware of that. You understand that, okay, to train someone, that's a very important thing to do. Yeah. And you would need to shift your focus to coaching rather than
something will have to go.
Yeah. Especially because people can easily get hurt doing those kind of movements.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You gotta make sure that they're ready to lift. If you teach them something wrong and then they get hurt, that's something that you could have changed. So it's important to teach them correctly. And the weight classes, we'll see. It just depends on how big I get, if I don't.
That's also based on how your body matures, no? Like eventually,
it's not really my choice, I guess.
Yeah.
I can control what I eat and what I don't. But if I'm going to go up to 73 kilos, I'm going to go up to be 73 kilos. If I'm not, I'll stay 67. I'm fine either way. You just got to train to adapt to it.
I think that we might have gone a little bit too far past the 5 to 10 year goal, because what we're talking about, like if you were to transition into coaching, that would obviously be longer down. Yeah. So 5 to 10 year goals, Olympics
and finish my degree in school.
Okay, those are your two main goals. Yeah. The other one's pretty vague, but we'll ask it anyways. What pushes you so hard? I feel like you kind of already answered, but
yeah, just friends, family, coaching, my coaches, my training. I love the sports. That motivates me. Just being able to wake up and be like, hey, I get something I like. It's also a very good stress reliever. If I'm ever stressed out, I go to the gym, work it out. It's something I enjoy doing. It's not something I have like I have to go. It's like a chore.
Yeah.
How many times do you train a day now?
So just once. I can't afford any more time.
Yeah. Well, is that because you're so busy, or is that because weightlifting requires a lot of recovery, or
busyness,
both? Busyness. Okay.
So before I used to have 2 session days. Mm-hmm. One was just all squatting and all legs, power wise, and the other one was like technique wise, like weightlifting. Now I kind of have them all together. It's just like one big session, which is fine. I get to get everything out of the way one time. I don't have to go twice, but it's mostly because of school and working.
So like for example, like Monday through Friday, like tell us how do you start your day? Like what do you do in the morning all the way till like you go to bed?
Okay, so I either coach morning or afternoon.
Okay.
So the days I coach in the morning, I'll wake up, go coach, then I'll go to school, finish all my schoolwork, all my classes, then I'll train, and then I'll go back to work sometimes. Or maybe I'll just have the rest of the day off and just keep working out or do something, right? My training sessions are about 3 or 4 hours. About 3 hours are the average. Days I work in the afternoon, I wake up morning, go to school, train, and then I coach in the afternoon. But it's just those 3 things right now. Sometimes I have some errands to do, some things I'll try to get them in. Yeah. I have time.
Yeah. Don't take this the wrong way, but I see so much potential in you, and so like I want you to succeed. Like I'm telling you, like I'm behind you. Yeah. Now the only problem I see, and it might not be a problem, it might just be my perspective, but is the fact that you are coaching and you are going to school, but you have this grand opportunity. Like you really do. You're special. And you have this opportunity to compete at a very, very high level. So instead of splitting these 2 workouts, right, into 2, the way you initially had it, to just 1 where you kind of have to like compound it, you miss out on that resting period in between, so you can effectively work on your technique or your power. Yeah. You're having to compromise because of your busyness and your focus, because you're obviously spending a lot more time and focus on other things as well, and not this. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Yeah. Right, it's your life. You get to do whatever you want. I would just love to see you do something that 1% of the people in the whole entire world can do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like to take that chance. I wouldn't want you to see yourself 50 or 60 years old, maybe even older, and be like, dang, I could have pushed it.
Yeah. I think I'll just go by feel for right now. I feel good. I feel I've been doing training well. School hasn't bothered me that much. It's not, I don't have a crazy amount of classes. I have 3, 4 classes, but I get them done relatively quickly. From 9 in the morning till max 12. There's only one day I have to go stay up to like 4 for lab. But the lab, I just finish it, I'm done. But the 2 they were also very, very hard, man, because the thing with 2 a day was she made the squat sessions very difficult because she knew I had 2 days. And that really killed my knees. So now that I don't have to worry so much about just focusing on that strength, I get to just do one big session. I enjoy it. I kind of like it.
You know your body better than I do. Yeah. I'm just like giving us a suggestion, and whatnot of my observation. That's all. Yeah. Obviously, you know better than me. You're competing. I'm not competing. So you'd be more, Yeah.
But if it ever gets to like a point where it's like, hey, I'm affected by time wise or something, I'll have to make that choice.
And also, it's just so it's so convenient for you that your dad owns a business and you can work under. You can kind of choose your hours. Sure. Is so much lenient than when somebody has to have a part-time job at a Walmart or something, and you're like, now you're kind of like on their time whenever they schedule you or whatever, and you're like, fuck now. So it's kind of like it helps you a lot, right? That your dad has that business.
So, for sure, like the gym, I can go whenever I want. I have the keys, I coach. After I'm done coaching or between classes, I can train. So I have the time wise for training, and it's there. I go on Sundays, Saturdays. I have the keys for everything. My dad also owns a supplement store called the Health Nut. There's one in Palmview and there's one in La Jolla. So supplements, I got to. Juices, shakes, I get them all free.
The Health Nut. Do they have one in Orange?
Yeah, they do. They have one in Orange.
But your dad doesn't own that one, right?
Not the one in Orange. He owns the one in Palmview and La Jolla. So supplements, I got gym. I don't have to pay for any of that stuff. I don't have to worry about. Even payment for houses, anything. I'm just living there, right?
Yeah.
So he takes a lot of that stress out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to worry about paying for a gym. I don't have to worry about paying for my supplements. He's helped me out a lot that way.
Yeah.
Before that, he helped me build this what do you call it? I can't think of the name. Like this damn, I can't think of the name.
What is it for or what?
Like he made me who I am.
Oh, he instilled
this
Oh.
training, getting better, and being focused on fitness, because it's my life right now. Fitness is something. It's everything I do. Everything I do is for my fitness, for competitions. I coach people. I tell them to be fitter. That's my goal. Like, to make sure people become healthier. So there's some times where I get some messages on Instagram. It's like, hey, thanks to you, man, I got the motivation to get up, to work out. I've lost 15 pounds so far. And it's like, it makes me feel good. It's like, that's really badass.
That means the world to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's so crazy because the most recent podcast that I had was titled, kind of clickbaity, but whatever. Self-love is the worst love. And so everything that you're saying right now, so we asked you what keeps you motivated, what helps you stay consistent. The first thing you said was my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, the people watching me, right? And then literally what you're saying right now is, you know, people on social media reaching out to me, like that stuff helps me and keeps me moving. That's exactly what the podcast was about. It's about how good does it make you feel to do things for other people rather than just yourself.
Yeah.
And I believe that because when you're doing something that's a lot bigger than just you, it means a lot more. And the purpose of you fulfilling that, if that is your purpose, it just feels a lot better when you're doing it for not just you, because you're going to do it for you also, right? Because it makes you feel good, right? You said it relieves your stress. It, you know, obviously,
Something I love
it
doing.
stimulates, you know, what makes you you. But you can also see that motivation pour out into, you know, the external, which is your family, your friends, the people watching you on social media and stuff like that.
Yeah, so if I ever see messages like, hey, I lost weight because of you, I did this because of you, I started training because of you, it makes me feel so good, man. I just read it, it's like, that's really cool. I'm glad I can help you out or something.
Yeah.
Even
Do
though
you
I'm not
do
physically
personal
with them.
train aside from like your class training? Or
No,
that takes too much.
It's too much time. Yeah, personal training takes a lot.
And I
of time
bet you
out of
there's so many people at the gym that are like always asking like, hey, can you train me? Can you
Yeah,
train
so
me?
like you'll get messages, you know, on Instagram, it's like, hey, I need a personal trainer. It's like, I have to deny them because I don't have the time for it. I'm already coaching classes like of 20, 30 people. I don't have time to coach one person.
Yeah.
Even though they probably pay more, it's not something I'm into right now. Just time wise, I don't have.
Where's your dad's gym located? Edinburgh or?
In Palmview, Texas.
Palmview.
There's one in Palmview and there's one in San Juan.
Oh, you guys have two.
Yes.
We
Two
have
gyms.
We have
Wow.
one RGB Powerhouse Palmview and RGB Powerhouse.
And where are like you guys? Where do you guys go to? Which one?
I go to both. Yeah, I go to both. I coach both gyms. I train where I have a chance. But my setup is in Palmview. I have everything on my weights, my Olympic lifting bar in Palmview, which will close to my house.
We might have to go get a day pass, train there for a day. You know, blog it up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to coach you guys.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. Go coach, and you can teach us on technique mainly.
Yeah, for sure. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, we'll do like a little blog. You know, create like a little
Video.
pump you up. We're gonna ask you to lift heavy. Don't drop it on your head.
I haven't lifted heavy in a while either. I've been recovering from back.
For your back and your elbow.
Yeah, my elbow too. Both of those things been bothering me a bit.
Cool. You want to shout out your apparel, bro? That's from your dad also, right?
Yeah, so this is RG Powerhouse Apparel. And
Where can they find it?
I think online you order it. I'm not sure yet.
Is it on
But
Instagram?
for sure in the gyms, will be there.
Okay.
The Instagram for your dad's gym is just Powerhouse, RGB Powerhouse.
RGB Powerhouse.
RGB Powerhouse. And
RGB
they
Powerhouse.
I'm sure you have a link there to the website. No?
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Okay, so all those links will be down in the description below, as well as Mario's Instagram, and all that stuff is obviously going to be in the link in the description. So you all want to find them, definitely go check them out. Did you have anything else you wanted to mention,
I'm good, man.
Carlos?
Pretty good.
So Mario, I would love to have you back, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Maybe you know
After the Olympics?
Yes. After your most.
Was it Worlds, right?
Worlds will
Yeah.
be May.
So the next competition, hopefully we can get you back. Hopefully we can discuss that process and how you competed and whatnot. But it's been an honor. Like I said, we're fans, and all we want to do is see you succeed. So I hope that's what happened. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for us today. It was a pretty good, lengthy podcast. If you all enjoyed, consider subscribing. If you found us on YouTube, just know that we are on Spotify. Just in case you're busy, like I am all day, and I'd much rather just listen to the podcast. But if you do want a visual and you want to see us engage, we're also on YouTube. So you're going to find those two at the Common Podcast. On Instagram, we are The Real Common Podcast. And thank you all for watching. We got Mario, Carlos, and we are out. Thank you guys.
Gigs on the track.